Okay guys, I'm on the third part of my review for the Sly mask, and in the first two parts I kind of talked about the stuff that you get with the mask, the box, the bag, the instructions and whatnot, and I kind of went over some of the things like how there's rubber, it's a matte finish. I told you a little bit about the stuff with the strap right here, and it's one big strap. Showed off the two lenses, safety stuff with the buckles and whatnot. And I talked a little bit about the foam and whatnot, and the ear foam stuff, that kind of thing. So I have to say that when I was wearing this mask, I wore it at a tournament, and the tournament, I was on the field from about 8:30 in the morning till sometime after 5 o'clock at night. There was a 30-minute break for lunch, but the rest of the time I was on the field, and I didn't take my mask off at all while I was on the field. So the first thing I can say about this mask, really super comfortable. Even with these earpieces that everybody complains about right in here, wearing them, I could still hear everything just fine. Didn't have to say, what was that? Huh? Speak up. Anything stupid like that. People were able to hear me just fine when I was talking. I was yelling when games were over, or we could hear me, that kind of thing. Very, very safe mask. It's everything's well constructed. It's not falling apart. Super comfortable again with. I mean, I can't say that enough. Super comfortable with all this velvet in here and the dual padding. Just a really comfortable mask. I did notice there was an issue of fogging. I was wearing a red gradient lens, and maybe it's the red gradient lens, and maybe it was the day. The day that we were doing this tournament and I was reffing, in the morning it was overcast, cloudy, temperature probably in the 60s, and then by the afternoon it cleared up, the sun came out, and then we went back and forth between rain and sun, rain and sun. Probably about 6 times during the afternoon it changed back and forth. So, wearing a mask, in the morning, they sent me down to one spot. It was in the woods. I didn't really have to move around too much. When I did move, I was mostly walking. There's no running. I had a little bit of light fogging right in this area. Probably know right here about the middle of the mask over to this side, but only about 25% of the mask. Got really light fogging. After about an hour, hour and a half, the fogging went away. When I came off the field, I cleaned it off, wiped it down, went back out for the afternoon. Once the weather was going back and forth, it again started fogging in the exact same spot right in here, which is what leads me to believe it's probably just this lens. But it was a heavier fogging. After about an hour, hour and a half, the fogging had gone away. Okay, so, but we also, if you remember, I told you we had rain coming in. Now this is where some kind of a brow shield or a visor would have been really nice with the mask, because rain was coming in. Now the rain ended up just kind of causing little drops inside when I was wearing the mask, and it made it difficult to see everything quite so clearly. It was at first I thought it was more of the fogging issue or something like that, but when I came off the field at the end of the day, I pulled off the mask, there's water drops, still water, not just dried on, but actual water drops there that I had to dry it and then buff it out. So I didn't really care for the fogging, and I didn't really care for the fact that there's no kind of cover for this. Some people might not care whether or not, maybe they'll wear a hat, or maybe they just won't care. But for me, I kind of do care, because I will be wearing this. I'm really liking the mask. I'm not sponsored by Sly. I bought this one. Bought this from a local vendor, and it was a really comfortable mask, and I really like it, but I don't like the fogging issue. I loaned this actually last weekend to a buddy of mine. He went and played a couple of games, and he said he was trying to do things to get it to fog. So maybe there was like a break-in period, because he could not get it to fog. So maybe there's a break-in period. And I broke in, and because he said he was trying to do stuff. I mean, he was actually like, when he came off the field, he actually kind of pulled it out and brought it down and breathed inside the lens, and it didn't fog up or anything. Little things like that. And it just didn't fog, and he was actually really liking it. I like the mask so much, I was stupid. I went out and bought a second mask. Okay? It's not such a big deal to buy a second mask, except for the fact that I've already got 2 other masks, but they're the Empire event masks, what I've been wearing. Sly, I like the mask. This should be, I went out and bought this second one. 2 of these masks in 1 month. So, this one, again, it comes with a really cool bag and in the box and everything. This is the the SE Retina. Now, every picture I've seen of it, this looks like with the JTs, neon green, with the black rubber, all the same features, the black rubber, bouncy and stuff, same safety stuff, but this is more of a shiny metallic-y, glossy green as opposed to just like the JT ones. And this one's got the really cool lens. It's a smoke, an all tint lens. There's no gradient. It's all dark. This is really cool. I totally love the fact that it's all dark. Again, I wish it had some kind of a cover. I'm sure they'll be able to make one some point in time if enough of us want some kind of a cover. There's a little slot right here, a little hole, so something could go on. It could fit under there, and it could fit through these slots, much like some of the other companies have them. They could just rest right there, and we wouldn't have to worry about things falling into them. Again, super comfortable. I wore this all day playing this last weekend. This one did not fog up at all, and it just, I mean, everybody could hear me. I could hear everybody else clearly. There was a point during one game, refs were yelling, and people were still shooting, and the refs were telling them to stop shooting so some people can get out of the bunker and not keep getting shot up. And I heard them just fine. I started yelling, stop shooting, and everybody stopped shooting. So they couldn't really hear the refs that well, but I could hear them just fine. So I recommend, if you get a chance, go out and try these goggles on. If you find somebody who has a pair of these goggles, ask them, hey, do you mind if I go out and play a game? Try them out, see what they feel like. Go play a game, try them out. Really, I recommend you buy them, but you know, they might not be for you. And rather than going and wasting I've seen online they're going for about $90 for all the regular ones, the camos and the black and red and stuff, and these are about $95 to $100. I know that A&S sells these for $100. Is where I bought it. Was A&S. I've talked to Critical. Critical got me a pair for $95 in the SE Ice Pick, which I'll be getting. I'll probably show you real soon once I get it. So, you know, rather than putting down a big chunk of change like that, you might not be sure about it, you know, wasting some money. Try them on, try playing with them, see how you like them. But if you do go and buy them, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll like them. And even if the ear padding does bug you, like it does a lot of people or a number of people, it's easy to cut that out. So, this is my review for Sly Profit mask, showing you off the last one here being the SE Retina. I give them a big thumbs up, and I say you should go get them. Take care.